Okay, the problem is now that we use this move skin joints, but we had to get rid of the IK handle, and we had to get rid of the curve, and we had to get rid of the bend deformer. So now I've got to build those things back, but fortunately it's a lot more automatic. So in this case, I've already got the curve, right? I just had to move things a little bit. So what I can say is when I go to create the IKspline handle, I want to make sure these options are selected. This time I want to make sure we turn on the auto create curve, and I want to make sure the number of spans is at its maximum 4. We're not worried about the twist, but you will leave that at linear. Now what I do is the same thing we did before. We click the start joint and the end joint. Get rid of this. Okay, now I've created, I'm going to hide my joints in this window. There's the curve that the software generated, and here's the number of points. See, and I can move it. Now, if you remember what we did in the fall, we want to make sure this curve has enough points to give us some subtle movement here. So I'm going to go back to the modeling menu set, and under curves I'm going to say rebuild, go get the option. Now this one says 16, it could be 12. It really, you don't have to do a lot, but you want to just basically say rebuild. What that does, it gives me more points, and it makes sure that each one of these points is absolutely mathematically equal distance from the one above and one below. So when I do put my my bend deformer on there, it's going to have influence on a number of points mathematically equally. So it's going to give a nice smooth bend. Okay, we know we have to rotate this in the y-axis. We know we have to move it down and hit the transform tool, universal transform tool, the letter T, and then we should be able to, if I can get that point, I can't get the point. Let's see, let's take the lower bound down a little bit. Oops, it's a high bound, sorry. Well, that was obviously too much. Okay, now that should let me, there you go. And now I'm back. Okay, now I'm having a little bit of squish problem. Actually not bad at all, actually. Mine's working pretty well. But I could again experiment. So moving those joints lets me have a little more flexibility in how the bend deformer will work. Okay.